Hi everyone, welcome to the channel for new battle report. We are on the Swiss League, game number 4. I'm paired against Chak. If you recall, Chak, I faced him at Bellum Lacum. He played also Emperor Sonnstahl very aggressively. He just jumped straight at my face, so you know what to expect from this type of player. I was continuing my test with Ogre. My list is the following. I changed a couple of things, only one keen eater, the 3x3 bombardier, double cannon, and I kept the 3 block of scrappling, 1 mage bunker in core, the double tasker stay in the list, and the mercenary giant, Great Khan, and shaman. My opponent, also a lot of resources. You have all these characters. You see altar, you see 1 griffin, the 2 marshal that we are used to, 1 wizard at the pyro, double inquisitor that are hidden, they can come out. Then you have 2 parent unit of state infantry spear in core. He has a total of 5 orders. I found that crazy. Then he has a support unit of 20 halberd, parent unit of 20 Imperial Guard with the 3 up armor save. They are very popular. 3 unit of Imperial Detachment, shield, support unit, the Arcan Engine, and 2 unit of Flagellant. So as you can see, the update didn't change much for Emperor Sonnstahl. Despite the increase in price, you still see the same stuff, meaning Altar of Battle, Great Griffin, and all these Imperial Guard / detachment are still very, very popular. We played Skull of our Red Stop on Assault at First Light. The first roll was won by EOS, who picked obviously a defender, and as very often, Skull of our Red Stop defender advantage here, you will see it's the case. At least he doesn't get the auto win, conserve the numbers, so we need to kill my Tuskers and I need to kill Altar or Griffin. Both are doable. Regarding the path to victory, yeah, for me, range damage, set counter charge setup. I think that's valid for both army, working quite well on the counter charge, and also for me to use a flank and back attack potentially with giant and keen eater. Play on resources. We are both have a lot of resources, but it's up to me to reduce this amount of resources from EOS with range damage, basically. And for EOS, it's rather go quickly in combat to use all these resources as soon as possible, get board control, and use also the magic missiles. X factor, maybe the cannon, if they are going to hit or not, the buff wagon, that can change a lot of stuff. I rated the matchup to be pretty open, to be honest. I think we both have arguments. It's going to be up to the one doing less mistake, playing the best, because we both have a lot of resources and argument in the matchup. Deployment wise, he gave me Impassable, he took the big one, and I dropped everything for start, obviously. Arguments for that, yeah, I mean, I wanted to start the range damage, so I knew that starting is quite interesting in that one, despite the fact that defender is better here. He gets, as you can see on Skull of the Arad Red Stab, 2 automatic clue token +2 that are very close to his deployment zone. So he's going to be able to pick it. I'm not going to try anything crazy to contest that because I can't. Because you just go here, and I cannot be in both train turn 1. It's impossible for me. So I'm not going to take crazy risk for that primary. I'm basically telling myself, okay, he's going to win the clue token, but I want to be able to play for the 3 points. So I have scoring a little bit everywhere, and I want basically here my game plan is to overwhelm him to a point that I can be on the primary on the way. So I need to win the battle here. We are really playing on battle points and on resources. My deployment, I went with scrappling, giant in the back, looking to go on this flank. Tusker in between that can support both. My double cannon here that have good line of sight and I think are effective in an interesting area for me. Bombardier in front, Bombardier, my mage bunker, Great Khan is in the middle, and on the far right, Tusker looking to flank, plus a unit of Bombardier. Keen eater is in ambush. For him, you have 15 Imperial Guard, you have the spear, this one is the other chariot, this one is the altar, the griffin is on the left, 20 halberd are here. This is the 20 guards, parent unit, flagellant in the front, another 15 and 15 support unit, and that's it. So you see a lot of stuff on the table for both armies, which is going to be very interesting. My turn 1. Yeah, I push, take the board, push the flank. In the middle, I push slightly, but not too much. I'm just getting in range for my shooting. We go for magic. I start with a pyro flow on this unit. I'm going to roll a 666 on 3 dice and kill. First, it dispel Tidal Flame, I think, first. Then I go for that 666. I'm going to miscast. He's going to make a fireball on the giant to do a wound, and I'm going to do 2 wounds to my bunker. So cast a spell, do 3 wounds, and he do 3 wounds to me in total. So that wasn't too nice. Fireball on 2 dice on the flagellant as well. I do 0 wound this time. Bombardier. That's the odds for Bombardier here on top. I shoot at these guys, I think all of them on the same unit. I did a total of 5, which is pretty average. As you can see, on average, I do 2 wounds, so that's 5, 6. In total is totally fine. And cannon, it's basically 50-50, 50% more or less. I do 0, a bit less than like 40, like 40%. I do between 2 and 4 wounds, and a bit less than 10%. I kill straight the chariot. So I went with both here, and I managed to do 3 wounds, which is a very good start, so I was happy with that. His turn 1, he pushed hard, flagellant marching forward, parent unit pushing, and there is this crazy stuff with Empire that he can really freely give you flanks. He doesn't give a fuck about that because he gets a very nice counter charge in my flank. With the mechanic of the Empire, just need to be within 8, so that's sometimes a bit counterintuitive. You can just, you don't care about it. You just move forward and you can open your flanks. That's pretty strange sometimes. The rest, parent unit is here. The support unit is ready to counter this one as well. Here we're like zoning each other. He went with the altar in short range, so I felt from my cannon maybe an opportunity here. And that's about it. Magic Face, I Dispel Ice and Fire, which was a bounce spell. He gets Pyro Flow, which did nothing to my Bombardier. And I Dispel Fate Judgment. So, yeah, we both got pretty shitty Magic Face on turn 1. My turn 2, no charge. I'm going to chaff here with Scraplings. Chaff here with Scraplings as well. My Kineator enter the boards, and I start to realize, okay, right flank, they're going to be a battle, but still I have a good amount of resources. Maybe left flank is the one where he has more resources than me, so I'm going to support here. And basically I'm threatening this unit who is in the forest, which is a bit annoying for him, and he needs that support unit, so I feel that if I can get that one, maybe I can push more freely with scrapping and stuff. And also I want to force the Griffin to defend, which could allow my giant to push a bit up the board, so that's the idea. We go into Magic Phase. I'm going to go Tidal Flame, which gets Dispel, and then I have 6 dice. I go 3 dice Pyro Flow into these guys in the field, I fail, and then I go 3 dice Dragon Roar into these guys in the field, I fail, and then I go 3 dice Fireball, I think 2 or 3 dice Fireball, and I kill 4 Flagellant. So at least that's that. But I expected a bit more from that. I think, I don't recall how many dice I had, but I wanted to play a bit dicey to get potentially 2 spells off. I knew the risk, I failed both. Yeah, I think there is still a decent likelihood to get one or the other, get both also, but didn't matter. Still, it matters, but that's how it is. I knew the risk. Flagellant, I kill 4, just 1 remaining after the shooting phase, and I killed 3 on the left, I think. And Cannon go both on the altar on 4+. Because I thought this chariot is a bit out of the game at the moment. I know that usually when you start to shoot at something, you try to finish it. In that case, I felt the altar, 4+, 2 shots, maybe I can put him a bit pressure, and that can change up the game as well, because he's very important in the list. So I felt, let's go at the altar again, but I missed both cannon shots. Let's go on his turn. He charged me. Flagellant charge into my big block of Strapling. Spears charge as well, and one charge that I didn't really see coming. He popped one of the Inquisitor and got here a charge on 4+, which he fails. That's a mistake for me. Definitely, I shouldn't have let that charge be possible. I wasn't too worried about it, but I think in terms of counter charge, I can just then push this one forward, and if I charge, and it looks bad for me. So I think that's not something I was willing to take for the Tuskers. So I should have been 2 or 3 inch further down to not allow this charge. He chaffs with the Flagellant, my main unit, and push with the rest forward. yeah, he gets into good position. This one's push because he wants me, if I charge, suffer DT and so on. Could be a bit harsh, and I don't want to be out of the action like that. In magic phase, he gets reroll to wound, and in aura, I wanted to dispel ice and fire, but he get that in with 3 dice against 3 dice. Got a low roll of 6, and I managed to roll a 5, and that's about it. Shooting, he did 1 wound to my Keen Eater. Yeah, the Griffin turned around to chaff the Keen Eater, which was nice for me. The Flagellant. Yeah, close combat. I try to put 3 attack to kill the Flagellant, which is quite important because I don't think that the spear could easily pursue me. Because if they would do, they would open up for flank and so on. So I really wanted to kill the Flagellant. I have 3 attacks, 4 plus, 4 plus, 4 plus. I need to reroll the 4 plus. Just need to do a little wound. But yeah, still a bit not so likely. And I just fail. So the Flagellant is still alive. I kill 4, meaning he has exactly the same rank as me. He exactly break me, and the Flagellant can pursue me, and he can reform the other one. So, yeah, that hurts. My turn 3. I charge with the Great Can here. Here I come to chaff with the Bombardier. Since I'm behind the Great Can unit, he can double charge me. He has no overrun. My Mage Bunker is far away. Just gets a nice line of sight. Reposition Bombardier, push on the right flank. He can charge me if he wants to, I don't care. And he would suffer DT and so on. Here I chaff him again, ready to counter charge. Push my Giant as much as I can, but still to cover the Griffin movement. And I move with the Keen Eater to threaten back or this guy as well. So force him to march into the forest, which is not so enjoyable. In the magic phase, I'm going to get Tri-Tidal Flame, which gets again dispelled. I was really eager to get that on those guys with roll to wound, obviously. My opponent dispels it. I get Hereditary into this combat because I'm expecting other unit to charge me next turn. And Pyro Flow, reroll to wound against this infantry. I was pretty excited, thinking, okay, that's like in average 10 hits, 3 plus rollable. He gets only 4 up. Still should kill a bunch, but I kill only 3. Shooting, I kill some more. I make one other micro mistake. I don't shoot this little guy with these guys. I went everything into them to reduce them, but I think it matters much more to remove this Flagellant who could chaff me. So that was a mistake from me, definitely. Close combat, I kill the Flagellant and turn around, and let's move on to his turn. He charged me with the big block of spear. Of what's left of them. You see, I've trimmed them a bit. Charge against Bombardier, charge with his parent unit. He has inside an Inquisitor and his BSB. They charge my Great Can's unit, alright. And he charged me with another parent unit with the other Inquisitor and the spears into my spear unit. Alright, that's good. Support unit gets into position in case I would counter charge, he could counter charge. And he positioned the Griffin in front of the Keen Eater. Alright, this unit moves on the right, out of my line of sight in case I would fail a charge. He could just easily then charge me. So he wants to punish me in case I attempt. This one would be a 5 swift. And if I fail it, he could charge me in the flank. That's his idea. And that's about it. In the magic phase, and he suffers no DT for the Griffin, which was a bit sad for me. He gets reroll to, I dispel reroll to wound. He gets a ward save in the zone. Shooting, it is 1 wound to my Keen Eater again, which is annoying. Close combat. So this one, he kills a bunch. I decide to auto break, to auto rally. Cannot really pursue because I would get into nice flank charge. So I'm going to just be able to rally and I slow him down. Here we go into the fight. I do 1 wound to his character. He does 1 wound to my Great Can. Some wounds against my Scrappling. I stick 9 rollable, no problem. And on the right, yeah, this happens. So the Halberdier, reroll to hit, reroll to wound, I think. They fluff completely. And he rolls only 3 wounds, which means I have 2 Bombardiers to strike. I managed to roll slightly higher than average, meaning we are tied on the wounds. And he just win by... I have just a rank and he had the charge. And yeah, he win by 5, so I think I got like a low check on 3 and I managed to roll 3 and I stick, which was absolutely horrendous for him. And I forget to mention, this guy's chaffed here. I think, to be honest, he could have chaffed potentially a bit better, like something in the front to chaff me a bit better. I think that was potentially possible. My turn, yeah, I would have give you a minute to think about it because it's quite interesting. What would you have done in that case? I hope you didn't see too much, but I have plenty of options. So maybe you saw some of it, you saw some openings, but we have the one that are pretty obvious is the charge here in the flank and the charge from the chariot in the flank with very nice overrun. And then I don't know if you see it, but actually the Tusker can move in between and charge the flank of the altar, which is pretty nice. And the giant, because I was afraid that the altar could potentially flee. And if he flee, what do I do? Because this unit is scary. So I charge first with the giant into the support unit to deactivate the support unit. It's a check. Third check on 7 and then charge on 4, and our thinking is into forest, so it's like a 50% and a 50%. So actually, if I make one of these, I should be fine. So I charge first with the giant, he failed the terror check, boom, like that. Before redirecting, because according to the rule, I wasn't sure 100%, but we checked afterwards, didn't matter that much, but according to the rule, you decide when you do the redirect check. You are not forced to do it straight. So I make that charge first. After that, I charge with my Tusker into the altar. I charge first the guys on the right into the sports unit to avoid him charging me here. So then I charge with Bombardier and the Chariot, which allows then my Tusker to charge into his altar on a 3-up swift. He cannot flee because he would end up here, and I could just then end him on the overrun. So he just decided to stick and try to hold on stubborn rerollable, but you see, I'm in a very, very, very good shape at the moment. I move around with my Keen Eater, rally automatically the Scrapling, this Chariot eats the little guy, and reposition my mage on the hill. In Magic Phase, I'm trying to get, let me think. Yeah, Tusker on the right went on 2-up Swift, and the other Tusker 3-up Swift. Obviously, I needed to make both to be in good shape. I get Dragon Roar into the Chariot, which is nice. He dispel Hereditary, Fireball kills 2 guys somewhere. And then we break those guys. They had a very hard check, I think, or automatically broke, I don't recall. I overrun into this combat. I made that one first because he already had a hatred the last turn, so it didn't matter. I really wanted to take out the BSB first. So I overrun then into the second combat. And again, I break them again. So we break again, and I overrun this time with the Chariot on top into this guy. And that's the shape we got at this point. So we got already 1, 2, it's the third combat for the Chariot. Potentially could get a 4th combat with the 2 overrun here. And these guys were here. And that's the point where my opponent said, okay, I want to stop here. I've seen enough. Yeah, that was enough for him. I think it's very low likelihood he can save anything. Was maybe worth a try, but yeah, he's feeling like he is going to lose because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 resources around. I won the resources battle. You see how many things I have left. Even if not everything goes according to plan, I'm going to be in a very good shape. I'm going for the primary. So actually, for the moment, the secondary is mine because I'm going to take the altars either now or later. So yeah, I'm in very good shape. My opponent just decided to stop, but we have in this combat, static wise, we have a charge, we have a flank, we have a rank, we have a banner, so we're on 5, and then we go in with all these strength 5 attacks, the Dragon Roar and all that stuff, which is scary for him. This combat is also normally quite good to win for me, so I wasn't into any danger, and then he decided just to stop at this point, which I can understand. Maybe it was worth it to try just to see the combat with the altar, to see what happened, but I think it was a bit, he had enough to see me overrun, combat. That was too much for him, so he just stopped here. Let's go back to the post-game analysis. Let's go back to the game, basically. So, defender advantage, we saw that, but that being said, starting wasn't bad, because I could start with range damage, and that was also quite important. This 1 turn more damage wasn't bad at all. EOS attacking with parent unit was quite interesting. He got into nice combination from time to time. We both made mistakes on a micro level. I think on the macro level we both made a decent showing, I would say. Was kind of expected what we both did, I would say. it was more on a micro level that I find point of critique in that case. First one for me, on my side, I have definitely the left tusker too high. This 4-up charge was very risky for me. I shouldn't have given it, so that was a big mistake. And second one was not to shoot the flagellant, which ended up not matter at all, because I think he made a sub-optimal chaff. But I should have just finished him, and then I would have been free. No matter what happened, I could have then double charged the chariot plus the bombardier. Even in the front, that's probably too much for 20 guys, so I was fine. So I think, yeah, kill the flagellant was high priority, and I missed that. That was a mistake. On his part, the chaff with the flagellant was suboptimal, like I said. The gap opened for the tusker to charge into the altar was a huge mistake. And then the event of the fluffing with the spear against my bombardier was obviously a huge problem. And then I had some issues also with the charge that he gave me on support unit. I think that was already going to be a risk for him. Those kind of combat where I can go against support unit into good condition, I would say. Yeah, the Great Khan a bit at risk in the central combat. Got hit by a lot of stuff. He tried to kill it, which made sense. Was able to create trouble with Giant Keen Eater, was quite happy. And yeah, we got a very interesting game of high resources versus high resources. I think I played it in a good way to reduce his numbers and start to take the advantage on the resource game. And after that, I was able to take advantage from him, his mistake where he wasn't so able to take advantage from mine. So that was basically those fine margin. But yeah, some good learning points for me and an interesting game to play. Guys, that's all for this game. So I'm well placed in the tournament. We will see what comes next. Take care. Talk to you soon. And let me know if you like those type of battle report. You might see, as you can see, with the Ogre Khan a bit more action than my Infernal Dwarfs list, which might be more enjoyable in terms of battle report. We will see what's next. At the moment I'm trying that out to compare with Infernal Dwarfs. I have pretty good list in Infernal Dwarfs as well. So that's basically, I have multiple choice and I can just make some different content on the channel and see what I decide for ETC a bit later in the year. Guys, take care and talk to you soon. Goodbye.